Hi Yogi, welcome to Yoga with Alina, and today we have an amazing practice, 30-minute lower body stretch and mobility. It's a lot of fun. I'm not using any props for this one, but as always, if you have them at your home and you want to grab some, by all means do that. Once you feel ready, I'll see you on the mat in a couple of moments. We're going to start this practice in our child's pose. And I really invite you to bring the knees apart for this one and then walk the hands forward. You'll get the idea in a little bit, but we do want to start opening the hips as early as possible in this practice. Let yourself rest on the floor, let the forehead drop down, let your body relax completely. And as always, we're starting the practice, bringing ourselves, bringing our minds into this space, right here, right now, disconnecting from the outside world. And just letting ourselves be. Feel. Because this is a feeling practice, not a thinking one. Start deepening your breath. As deep inhales matching long exhales, we're starting to send the air up and down the back of the throat to create a beautiful ocean-like sound. In and out through the nose, letting the air travel up and down the back of the throat. You can even visualize the air traveling up and down your spine. That can be pretty powerful. And keeping the breath with your next inhale, you're going to walk the hands over to the right to get into the left side body. And this can be very passive where you can start activating it. If you're keeping it passive, just let yourself relax here. That's actually my choice today. But if you want to activate it, go a little bit further to the right and maybe start pushing through the right hand and almost dragging the left hand back. That's going to create more sensations in the left side body. And we're going to the other side. Walk the hands back to center and go over to the left. Same exact thing. If you want to activate, go for it. If you want to keep it passive, let yourself rest. And if you're activating this time, the left hand is going to push forward and the right hand is almost going to drag back. Again, not physically, but it's mostly an energetic movement. If that makes any sense, I'm sure it does once you try it. Remember about the breath. Notice the body expanding with every inhale. Notice exhales getting you deeper into these poses. And with your next inhale, you're going to walk the hands back to center. And we'll stay here for another few breaths to set up an intention. Why are you here? What brought you here? And what is it that's going to keep you here the entire practice? Very personal question. And with your next inhale, you're going to start walking the hands back up, rolling up your spine vertebra by vertebra, letting the head come up the last. And once you get all the way to the top, you can circle out your head, your neck. Direction doesn't matter. Just explore. And then go to the other side. Enjoy this one. We're going to find stillness right in the center. Bring the knees together. Tuck the toes under and sit back on your heels. Make sure all 10 toes are getting some action here, even those pinky ones. Then you're going to bring the arms out in front of you. Clasp the hands together. Push the palms away from the body. Separate the shoulder blades. Inhale, reach the arms up and send the biceps a little behind the ears. Open up. Exhale, you're going to round and curl. Let's do this again. Inhale, open up. And exhale, you're rounding. Last one, inhale. Hold it here for the exhale. The next inhale is going to bring you back to your neutral spine. Release the arms by your sides. Lean forward, tap out the tops of the feet. Let it go. And we're going to keep the tops of the feet down on the floor. Roll the heels in towards one another. Sit back on your heels, making sure the heels are not rolling out because I love doing it. And then dial the fingers just back, connect the palms to the ground. If you need a bit more out of this wrist stretch, you're going to start micro bending the elbows. Tiny little micro bend is going to do the trick. And you can rock a little side to side if that feels good. If it doesn't, leave that one out. As long as the heels of your palms are touching, as long as you're feeling, you know I'm happy. We're going to the other side. Bring the tops of the hands down. The fingertips are facing back. Same thing. You have a lot of options. You can bend and straighten your elbows. You can create fists with your hands. You can wiggle your fingers. For me personally, I like to stay in stillness or wiggle the fingers. Those are the two variations that get the most. And if you're the same way, go for it. If stillness works best, for example, today, then you're just staying here. Why not? And we're going to inhale, lift ourselves out of it, shake it out. Hands are going to come forward, lean forward, circle out the ankles, getting out of this stretch. Good. Now don't get scared. We're going to tuck the toes under again and sit back on the heels, but we're not holding it anymore. So make sure all the toes are tucked under. That's just going to make your life a little bit more easy. And then bring the arms out in front of you. You can clasp the hands if you want. Lean back and try to do this without using your hands. You're going to lift the knees off the ground. Now I know that this one is brutal, so if it didn't work out without using your hands, you can lower the hands by your sides and lift the knees up. Okay, we're going further. Stay with me. Lower the heels down. Lean forward. Try to do that without using your hands as well. If it didn't work out, that's okay. Hands are good, but try first without them. And then lower the hips down on the floor as gracefully as possible. From there, the knees are coming up. Bring the soles of the feet together. Straighten out the spine. Stay with me. All right, now do not hate me for this one because we'll do this again. You're going to bring the soles of the feet down and bring the knees together. Lean forward. Try to do this without using your hands and lift the hips off the floor. Once you've done that, lift the heels up. Again, if all of that is not working out without using your hands, use your hands, but first try without your hands. This is your hip mobility. This is the health of your hips. With a lot of control, lowering the knees back down, coming into your toe stretch. Good, and we have to go back. Stay with me, lean back, lift the knees off the floor, as controlled of a movement as possible. And with a lot of control, again, lower the heels back down. We're gonna lower the hips down to the floor and then bring the knees apart. I'm gonna stop this torture, grab the toes and start pulling the crown of the head forward. Use the strength of your thighs to push the knees out. Shoulders away from the ears, neck is super, super long. Good, and we're going to inhale and lift ourselves out of it. Bring the hands underneath your knees and step the feet out to the sides. The toes are facing out, the heels are facing in, hands coming at the heart center in prayer. Good, and without using your legs, this is just a hip movement. Again, that hip mobility, it's staying with us. You're going to draw both knees over to the right. That's going to create two 90-degree angles with your legs. If you need to bring the front foot a little bit further forward, go for it. Bring the hands in front of the right shin and walk the hands forward, getting into your figure, not a figure four. This is your 90-90 pose. We're going to hold it here for a little bit, getting into that right hip, into the right outer glute. Take your time. If you want a little bit more out of this one, you can start hugging the right foot around with your left hand. If you want a little bit less, you're going to start walking the opposite direction, walking towards the right side, towards that right hand, towards the right knee, whatever point of reference makes more sense. We're not holding it for too long, so don't get too excited or too scared. I don't know where you're at this practice at this point. Good, and we're going to come back to center. Lift the chest up. And then without using your hands again, preferably come back to center. Same exact stance, nothing has changed. You're going to drop both knees over to the other side, creating two 90-degree angles facing the other direction. Make sure your left shin is parallel to the side edge of the mat. Hands are coming in front of the left shin. And remember, you decide on the intensity of this one. If you want a little bit more, your right arm is going to hug the left foot around. If you want a little bit less, you can walk to the other side, and that's good. Maybe it's going to even create a little bit of a side body stretch for you. If that's something you're looking for, by all means, go for it. Not staying here for too long, just enough for us to feel it. Notice the breath. Good. Let's do about 2 more nice breaths here. Deep inhales, long exhales. Make them quality ones. Make every breath in this practice sound. Count. Sound. Wow. I'm on the roll today. Good. And with your next inhale, you're going to lift yourself back up. When you feel that you're ready to sit up without your hands, you're going to bring the hands of the heart center in prayer. Guess what? We're coming back to center. Good. So now your legs are nice and wide. The chest is lifted. The feet should be a nice distance apart. So here's the fun part about this practice. We're going to try to make it all the way to the top of the mat, doing those 2 movements we just did. You're going to drop the knees over to the right without leaning all the way to the side. Lift yourself back up to center, and then bring your knees over to the left. As you keep going like this, and you're going to keep going like that, keep going like this, you're going to notice how your butt crawling all the way to the top of the mat. Just keep going. Smile if you need to. That should be pretty fun. But in addition to this being really fun, this is also a really, really cool way to work on hip mobility. So if it's not easy for you today, that's okay. Remember to breathe. Guys, when you edit this, we're going to speed this up, okay? Alan? We're going to speed this one up so that it's like I'm going all the way to the top of the mat like this, okay? When you edit the video? This part. It's going to look pretty cool. All right, I feel like I'm at the top of the mat and I can stop. Make sure that the last one you do is going to be on the left. And then you're going to come back to center. Hopefully you had fun with this one. The hips, well, my hips are dying right now. We're going to keep the chest lifted and straighten the legs out as far as they'll go. Peel the flesh away from the sit bones. Bring the hands super close to your glutes and lift the chest up. Shoulders away from the ears, neck is long, and if you want to start folding forward, go for it. But first, push yourself there. And if the hands are coming in front of you, imagine there's something sticky on the floor. Imagine that you're pulling yourself that way. Neck is long, the back is long. And one thing I love doing here is to kind of flex and point the feet, doing one after another. That usually gets me a little bit deeper. If that doesn't speak to you, just make sure there's some energy happening. You're either pointing or flexing your feet. And you're pulling the crown of the head forward, because remember, this is called a forward fold, not a down fold. We're going to take another few breaths here. Bring a bit more engagement into this one. And the next inhale is going to lift you out of it. Okay, let's bend the right knee and bring the sole of the right foot to the left inner thigh. Left leg is going to come a little bit closer in. Flex your left foot, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, you're going to fold over your left leg. Now, I really encourage you to bend your knee here, bring the chest on your thigh, and then grab the outer blade of the left foot with the right hand. Keep the chest on your thigh the entire time, start pushing the heel forward. That's going to teach your body how to hinge at the hips, and that's going to lengthen your spine. You have 2 sets of hamstrings, you have only 1 spine, so I think spine can be a priority for us today. And you're going to feel the hamstring anyway. Right shoulder is going to try to lift up, keep it down a little bit more. We're going to do another breath here. The next inhale is going to lift you back up. The hands are going to come at the heart center in prayer. Without leaning too far back, you're going to flex the left foot and lift the left heel off the floor. Try to go as far as you can without using your hands. Send the left leg all the way behind you. We're arriving into pigeon pose. When you feel that there's absolutely no way you can finish setting it up, you're going to lower the hands down and finish setting up the pose. We're going to drop down on the forearms and take the next few breaths you're hopefully enjoying. Now, one thing I know for sure, your hips are definitely ready for this one, so you might be able to get a little bit deeper than usual. Don't be surprised by that. And the thing that I love doing, holding the pose, is rocking a little bit side to side. If you're feeling it, go for it. Just make sure you always come back to the middle grounds, remembering that yoga is about balance. And once you fall all the way to the right or the left, you're losing that balance. So you really want to stay parallel to the ground. Keep the inhales and exhales very, very intentional. The inhales are there to create a bit more space. The exhales are there to get you deeper. And knowing that, we're going to stay here for about 3 more breaths. Good. And the next inhale, walk the hands back up. You're going to lift the chest, avoid dropping to the right hip. You're going to keep the hips lifted, bend the left leg and send the left hand behind you, grabbing foot or ankle quad stretch. This is a deep one. Push the heel in a little bit closer to your glute and send the left shoulder further forward. Now imagine one day that left heel is going to touch the ground. Probably not happening, but you're trying. And again, keep the body parallel to the front edge of the mat. We're going to let it go. Drop down to the right hip. And then bring the left leg around, stepping the left foot outside the right quad. Again, preferably trying to do it without using your hands. Once you step the foot outside the right quad, straighten the right leg. And you're going to bring the left hand behind the tailbone, right elbow, left quad, twisting towards the back, well, towards the left side of the room, I guess, and looking towards the back. The closer the back end to your glutes, the better the twist, knowing that maybe you can adjust. Then you're going to bring the gaze over the right shoulder. I'm going to face the front of the room again. Let it go, both hands outside the right hip. Just twist to the other side. Keep the left hip grounded completely. And you're going to come back to center. Simply slide your left knee out, bring the sole of the left foot to the right inner thigh. Flex the right foot, and then with me, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over the straight leg. Now remember, you don't have to keep the leg straight. Bend your knee, bring the chest to the thigh. Grab the outer blade of your right foot with the left hand, and then start pushing the heel forward. If the leg ends up being straight, great. If not, still amazing. You're hinging at the hips, you're lengthening your spine, you're getting into your hamstring. What else is there to do? Shoulders away from the ears. The left shoulder is going to try to lift, but try to keep it down. That's kind of why I want you to try and grab the outer blade of the foot here. We're going to stay for another breath or so. Actually, I lied. I enjoy it too much. We're going to stay here another breath after this. Good. And the next inhale, you're going to lift yourself back up. Hands at the heart center in prayer. Without leaning too far back, you're going to flex the right foot and lift the right heel off the floor. Without using your arms as much as you can, send the right leg as far back as you can, setting up your pigeon. And eventually, when you feel there's absolutely no way you can finish setting it up without using your hands, drop the hands down and finish the pose. Then you can drop down on the forearms, enjoy, let yourself be. This side might feel a little bit different. For me, left side is always a little bit more open than the right. If that's the case for you, congratulations. Just like me, you're just chilling here. If not, embrace the pose. Feel, be, find joy in it. We're still using our breath very intentionally, letting the inhales create more space. The exhales are sending us deeper into the posture. staying here for about 3 more deep breaths. One more inhale. And let it go. The next inhale, start walking the hands back up. Avoid dropping to your left hip. You're going to bend the right knee and send the right hand behind you. Grabbing foot or ankle, quad stretch. Push the right heel in, send the right shoulder forward. You're going to try to square off your shoulders facing the front of the room. And again, imagine that right heel is going to touch the floor. Who knows, right? What can happen? Taking another breath here. This one is deep, I know. And then let it go. We're going to drop to the left hip. Swing the right leg around. Try to do it without using your hands. Step the right foot outside the left quad. And then you're going to straighten the bottom leg, straighten the left leg all the way forward. Bring the right hand behind the tailbone. Left elbow, right quad. Twist towards the right side of the room. And look towards the back of the room here. The closer the back end to your hips, the better the twist, knowing that you can always adjust. And nothing changes, keep the twist, look over your left shoulder to the front. Let it go, but we're going to bring both hands outside the left hip, twist to the other side. Keep the right hip down, keep your hips as a point of reference here. And then come back to center. You're going to slide the right knee out again. This is how we're going to do it all over again, right? Or we're not going to actually. Bring the soles of the feet together again. Grab your toes and pull the crown of the forward. You've done this in the beginning of the practice. I want you to notice the difference right now. For me, it's pretty dramatic. Hopefully you can feel it as well. From this one, inhale, lift yourself back up. Hands are going to come underneath the knees. Bring the knees together and bring the chest on your thighs. Flex your feet. Grab the outer blades of your feet. Pull the shoulder blades down the back. Imagine you're doing a row on the rowing machine or something along those lines, and start pushing the heels forward. The chest is staying down the entire time. This is our deal today. If that means that the legs are not going all the way straight, that's okay with me. You're going to keep pushing the heels forward and keep pulling the shoulder blades down the back. Neck is long, the heels are pushing further and further forward. Even once you've hit your max, you're still gonna pull and push. This engagement never stops here. This is a very active stretch for us. Can you feel the length in your back? Your bottom of the rib cage is staying down. And we're gonna do another breath. And as you exhale, release the hands, straighten the legs if they're not straight, round your back and slowly start rolling yourself up to seated. Vertebra by vertebra, letting the head come up the last. And then just like this, vertebra by vertebra, you're going all the way down to the floor. Take your time with this. Engage the core on the way down. And then you're going to bring the knees into your chest and give yourself a nice loving hug. Take a few moments here. You can rock a little bit side to side. You know, this next part, it's not going to be long. We're going to stay on the back here, but some transitions are going to be a little bit weird. Let's put it that way. If you're not feeling a transition, just meet me in the next pose that you know, and I promise you, you will know the poses. We're going to lower the feet in front of the hips. Make sure they're parallel to one another. Arms are by your sides. Press into the heels and lift your hips up. Once you create the bridge pose for yourself, walk the shoulder blades under, switching the focus from your glutes to your heart, and then squeeze the inner thighs together a little bit more. Okay, we're going to bend the elbows and bring the heels of the palms underneath the lower back. Now, this is the trickiest part of this entire thing. If that just worked for you and you're comfortably balancing on your elbows right now, you're staying here. If that did not work for you, you're going to lower the feet back, the hips back down to the floor, coming just laying down on the ground. And wherever you are, we're all going to lift the feet off the ground, one or both at a time, and straighten the legs up to the ceiling. Legs up the wall. It's not your shoulder stand yet. We'll get there in a couple of seconds. But for now, this is just legs up the wall. So if the hips are on the ground, stay on the ground. If the hips are balancing on top of your hands, then this is just a fun little variation for you. And this is where we're going to go into our shoulder stand. Lift the hips higher up and bring the fingertips to face the ceiling. You're going to support the lower back. You're pull the toes up to the ceiling. Point them that way. Imagine I'm standing next to you and I'm pulling you up. Think about the length, just like anything in this practice. And in this one, a little bit more weight in the shoulders, a little bit less weight in the arms. Make sure it doesn't hurt your neck and you're still looking up to the ceiling. We're all going to slowly lower the feet over the head, coming into plow pose. The feet don't have to touch the ground. What I'm looking for here is that max point. And once you hit it, if the feet are on the floor, great. If not, still great. You're going to clasp the hands and straighten the arms towards the front corner or the front edge of the mat. Shoulders are walking under a little bit more, getting an additional shoulder stretch here. We're going to take another breath in this one, just stillness. And from here, bend your knees around the ears. You're coming into ear pressure pose. The knees don't have to touch the floor. Again, they might, but they don't have to. And once you bend your knees, you're going to release the arms and grab the outer blades of your feet. Once you grab the outer blades of your feet, pull the knees closer to your shoulders. You're getting deeper into your neck, into the upper back. I like to do this one in the morning, and it usually wakes me up pretty good. It creates that heating sensation going down the spine, at least for me. If you're feeling it, know that it's completely normal. We're going to keep the grip and simply roll ourselves out of this craziness, coming into regular happy baby. Lowering the tailbone down to the floor, pulling the knees outside the rib cage. If grabbing the feet is too much, grab the ankles. They should be good as well. Good. Maybe rock a little side to side if that feels good. Now we're going to simply bend the knees, bring the knees into the chest, and take a moment here. Maybe think about a couple of things you're grateful for right here, right now. And when you feel ready, open up for the final posture of the practice. For your final shavasana, letting the arms fall open, letting the legs relax. Letting the body become very, very heavy on the floor. And let's take a deep inhale together. And exhale, let it go. Let this be enough for this practice, yogi. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. From my heart to yours, namaste. And we're done with this one. That one was fun, right?
Yeah, that was good.
I loved it.
I don't know. It was just like at the end there was something. Oh my gosh.
I don't know.